Jonathan Majors will be like, you know what, Disney helped me out, and the other executives and the people that helped him, his publicists and stuff like that, they can go to straight to hell because they just turned their backs on him. But now, if Disney keeps him and these allegations are true, will it make the movie less valuable? Because being that he is Kang the Conqueror in these movies, and they already had him in the Loki series in episode 1, season 1, I'm sorry, and now they have him in the movies and stuff like that. They just kind of showing him around already. Wouldn't it be kind of weird that they replace him with somebody else that does not look like him, and they just say, "Oh, he's a weird variant, weird Kang variant. He's the one." Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher35. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
Been a while, ain't it?
It's been a while. What is this crap?
I was on vacation, and it wasn't the vacation I wanted, but it's the vacation I got.
So, okay, well, the vacation that you're talking about, yes, I understand. You and I have been through the most worst of worsts that day.
That was
Wednesday. That was rough.
That was
rough.
Thursday, actually. No, it was Wednesday.
Oh, that was Thursday. No, it was Wednesday. Yeah, it was a bad day,
right,
man.
Yeah, The lesson that we learned is that when they say there's a flood warning, you better listen to it.
Yeah. When they say there's a flood warning, tornado warning, and all that good stuff, just don't just stay home. Just stay home.
The good news is that we didn't end up in Oz.
Obviously not.
Or Kansas, for that matter. The bad news is that now every time I see a puddle, I start having shivers.
I have panic attacks, and they're fun. But
thank goodness I only have a shower, not a tub. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I hear you on that part. But Willie, yeah. First of all, what's up with your banner, dude? This is your weekly reminder that Activision Blizzard sucks. Really? We all know this.
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it, dude, Willie. Which right now, let's talk about what's going on with Activision. Well, yeah, Activision kind of, because it's Call of Duty and it's selling pay-to-win skins. And dude, it's been a minute, so I haven't been really paying attention to the whole news and whatnot. But what? Like what? Well, now we have pay-to-win DMZ skins. What's that about, Willie? What's going on?
Okay, I need to explain things. And
please,
for all of you who actually play Call of Duty, you're going to hear a grown man who doesn't know anything about Call of Duty except how to spell it try to explain these things.
Go.
All right, this has to do with Season 3 of Warzone. And yeah, it's also with Modern Warfare 2, whatever. There's a game mode called DMZ. Have you ever played this?
No, I have not. I mean, I haven't freaking even played anything for a hot minute, but yeah.
Let me try to explain it to you. This is something that I know that I saw when watching my son play Escape from Tarkov. Instead of just, deathmatch or putting you in battle royale situations, this is they drop you in an area, and you got a set of missions you have to complete. And then once you complete it, you extract. And you get out.
Oh, okay. All
right? And it's not fully PvP. It's what they call PvPvE, meaning that you're going up against enemies. The enemies could be AI, or they could be live players. So whatever. It sounds like a fun mode for people who like first-person shooters, and it's been popular. How did ActiBliz mess this up? I'm glad you asked me that question.
Okay.
Evidently, for Season 3, they started selling skins for DMZ that give you certain perks. This has been going on for like a week now, and every time I see something else, it sounds worse. Basically, when you go into, you have a loadout when you go into the DMZ, and you go through, you pick up things. You can find things along the way to give you some advantages as you play. Well, these DMZ skins from what I can read, give you in-game advantages from the get-go.
Really?
Like having extra armor, more capacity. In one case, even giving you a UAV right off the bat.
Jesus. So it's just like, here, just have it type of thing.
Yes. This is stuff that you have to purchase. You can, you can play the game and you can just, play it as is and just look for your advantages on the battlefield, or you can pay some money and you can have these advantages ahead of everybody else. Doesn't that sound great for a competitive game like this?
Fantastic.
Activision
It
sucks.
sucks, man. I'm gonna tell you that kind of sucks, man.
Competitive players are already upset about this, because that means that a plebe like me, who doesn't know the first thing about first-person shooters, can go in there and have a market advantage over them, even though the advantage will last 5 seconds because I'll die in 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But these are pretty big game-altering changes.
Got it. Interesting.
What are your thoughts on it? Because
my thoughts are,
you don't play Call of Duty now, but you've played it before.
It's been a minute. No, I played before. The thing is that at least in my point of view, man, for having such things like this, man, like for instance, this whole thing that you get the classic Ghost Pack right now and all that stuff, man, it feels like they're taking away the joy of playing the game, the actual joy of building your character, feeling like you accomplished things, making you earn your things, dude. Pay to win, it just sounds so horrible, dude. Like, yeah, sure, you're getting the UAV off the bat already for paying for it and all that, but what's the point? I feel that it's just like another way of just robbing people blind, and I just find it so. I don't like it. It's a boring tactic, to be honest.
Let me give you an example, since you brought up the ghost skin.
Yes.
The ghost skin, if you buy it, by the way, it's 2,400 card points to get the ghost pack. And it's $20 for 2,000. So you're gonna have to spend more than $20 to get this skin. You get 2 skins, and it comes with 2-plate armor. So you have more armor at the start. Another thing about DMZ that I didn't mention. Yes, you go and you look for things. You try to complete. You try to complete objectives, and you find loot along the way. Oh, this is a bigger backpack. Oh, I found a nicer gun. If you die in DMZ, you lose it all.
Okay.
This allows you to go in with gear that's higher than everybody else's, and you don't lose it.
So even if you die with the gear on, you don't lose it.
With it. So in the case of, let's say, the first pack that they announced of this. Let me see what it was called. It was called the Bomb Squad Cosmetic Pack. When you start out the game in DMZ, normally you have a small backpack. This one starts with a medium backpack. You automatically can carry more stuff.
I mean, yeah, that's the logic of it.
Right. But now you have a bigger backpack. You didn't have to fight for it. You just, because you got a cute skin, you get to have it.
That's so bad, man. Honest to God, bro, I think that is just so horrible. And like, I find it pointless for if you're playing the game. Like if you're, let's say for instance, if I were back into playing Warzone or Call of Duty or anything in this game, seriously. And if I'm in it, like, you know what? Because you know how I am about this whole pay to win bull crap. It's just not something that I'm very fond of. I really like to play the game and earn my keeps. But now if I want to have some kid there or some grown up or whoever just jump in the game, they're like, oh man, I paid $50 in this and look what I got. And they just bomb the crap out of me. Now they don't have to lose anything. I'm going to be very pissed. I'm going to be a happy person.
Here's the ultimate one. And I want you to see, I want you to put up the tweet of it because I think it's very important. There is a skin called the Thorns Out skin. It gives you the UAV for free.
Send me that link so I can put it up here because
it's on the Kotaku article. Just scroll down a little bit. And basically, what they're doing is, if you have an open gear slot and you load up a UAV, what does a UAV do? You might ask. Well, it lights up everybody. So you don't have to go and go around wondering where everybody is. You just see where everybody is.
This one right here.
That
the free UAV.
Mm-hmm. That is an effect for having that particular skin on. So I, being a terrible FPS player, can get that skin, run out, and immediately light everybody up, and not have to worry about running into somebody.
Here's my question: how many times can you use it though? Because usually when you get something like that, you only use it once, and that's it.
All you need to do is have it once, and you've extremely changed the calculus of the game. If I go into it myself, I'm killed immediately. I pop that up. All of a sudden, I have somewhat of a fighting chance.
Yeah, and if you're a good player, and the way you're trying to say it too, if you're a good player with this on, that's it. You have the upper hand, technically.
Exactly. For me, it'll just give me a quick advantage. Let's face it. I'll probably shoot myself. I'll probably be the first person to get a kill and a death at the same exact time.
Dude, that's horrible.
The good news is you got a kill. The bad news is it was suicide.
All right. Well, now that's going to lead me off to pretty much our question here for the day, guys. What do you guys think about this whole pay to win with Warzone 2 and Call of Duty? What do you guys think about this whole thing? Do you guys like it? Did you guys use it? Did you guys hate it? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, and let's have a conversation about this. Now, Willie, big news came out today, and I had no idea about this because I was so busy and I didn't pay attention. And it looks like the Nintendo Indie Showcase came out, and they showed some things there, dude, which I wasn't really aware of, to be honest, dude. Did you see this by any chance?
I didn't see it because I was in the middle of work. I did catch the after, and I saw a few things here that, all right, I'm interested. I mean, it's indie games, so automatically Nintendo fanboys are gonna be like, oh, no new Metroid. I don't want to hear it. Nintendo sucks. But
you play
notable things that I saw. Notable things that I saw that, just real quick.
Okay.
Game called Played Up. Which is, remember Overcooked?
No.
Overcooked was a cooking game. It's pretty cool game. Well, Played Up is if you got that and turned it into a roguelite. You got to survive 15 days as a chef. Customers, make increasingly crazy demands, but you have more control over your kitchen. You get to deck it out and stuff. Cool. Rift of the Necro Dancer, a rhythm game. Okay.
Okay.
It's a rhythm game, except you're fighting monsters.
Oh,
all right, fine. Okay. A game that I enjoyed, Teslagrad. Well, the sequel was announced and came out today. Along with that, they remastered the original Teslagrad for the Switch. Both are available today.
Okay.
And the last one that I think that people want to know about, I know my daughter will want to know about this, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
I'm on it right now. I'm looking at it. Like I'm looking at everything they're talking about. Amazing. They're bringing this game to Switch.
Out today.
Wow.
So, you know what? She's played the hell out of it on the PS4. Now she gets to play on her Switch.
That's pretty crazy, man. Like that game, it's actually a pretty interesting game. The way they prepared that game, I thought it was going to be kind of like, like a simple get around, survive type of thing, but there's a lot of like depth to that game. and especially little secret traits and stuff like that. That I found it pretty interesting.
Either way,
I
a lot
wouldn't play
of
it though.
cool looking indie games. I would go nuts if I went over them all now.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who want to flesh out their Switch library, a lot of good stuff there.
Just,
Now, let's talk some more Switch, shall we?
oh yes, let's talk. Which this one is actually by far the coolest thing that you showed me, and I was like, all right, let's talk about it. And it's the new Nintendo Switch Online Genesis game include Street Fighter 2. And oh yeah, oh yeah, that's all I gotta tell you. Oh yeah, I always
All
thought
right.
that Street Fighter 2 on the Genesis was pretty freaking awesome. But I always liked the
Details,
Super Nintendo one as well. If I want to
details
be fair,
first.
go
Details
please.
first. They announced 4 new games for Nintendo Switch Online,
Mm-hmm.
as these for Genesis. So they added, as you said, Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. They added Pulseman, Kid Chameleon, and Flicky. All
Who?
4 are good games.
Oh, Flicky.
Yeah, I don't think that you've played any of these.
I never have.
They are games. They're good games. Now, they're available now. By the way, here's the
Pretty
question.
dope. Okay.
Here's the question. They're making a big deal about. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition for the Genesis.
All right.
Why didn't y'all add Street Fighter 2 Turbo?
Oh, God.
Which, by the way, was on a Nintendo console.
That's what I was going to say because I remember seeing it on the Super Nintendo. The Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I remember seeing it on freaking the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
And I thought that was the hottest thing, bro. I remember that.
Well,
it
no,
was just
Street
super fast.
Fighter. It was regular Street Fighter 2. Then Genesis came out with a Champion Edition. And
Wasn't it
actually,
Champion
Street
Edition?
Fighter Champion Edition was
Champion?
the one that came out. Champion Edition was the one that came out after the original Street Fighter 2 arcade, and they gave you the ability to play as the bosses.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, all right.
But they couldn't put the Super Nintendo version. Better yet, they couldn't put Super Street Fighter.
Dude, I wish. That would have been awesome.
Nintendo. Sometimes I think that Nintendo is being run by really intelligent ferrets. I'm giving them credit because intelligent ferrets, but they're ferrets.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Willie. But I honestly can tell you, man. I think Nintendo's trying hard. Trying to make sure that they keep people engaged by putting little things here, like little tidbits and stuff like that. I do understand where you're coming from and what you're saying. You're absolutely right. But I think that Nintendo is still trying to do this whole tug your heart type of thing, little movement, and it kind of has people engaged still, as weird as it sounds, because you still are getting all these games, especially if you're playing the old Nintendo, the Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, Genesis, that you still get with that pack, which is pretty cool, I guess, still. But I do know what you're saying. They could have added Super Street Fighter. They could have added Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which that to me was actually a cooler one as well. But I'm not sure what's going on that they're delaying all this stuff. But again, they're probably doing this little pollitas, little thing. They're little, I'm gonna mess with you and put this, but not put this to see what happens, type of shit.
They are drip feeding all these games. I'm gonna keep saying it until it either comes true or people get tired of me saying it, which is probably already happened. Still gonna say it anyway. Sorry. They are drip feeding this stuff when they have no business drip feeding this stuff. Truthfully, okay? I'm being truthful here.
Okay.
The only compelling argument you have for Nintendo Switch Online is access to these games.
Yeah, that's technically it.
Because
and also the discounts and stuff like that.
When the Switch came out, it had free online play.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to paywall that because we gotta make more money somehow. They had no reason to do that. They had a cloud. They didn't have cloud saves. They decided to paywall cloud saves. Something that I would think is pretty important when you have a portable gaming system.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. None of the other Nintendo handhelds ever did before. This is the Switch. So the only compelling reason to have Nintendo Switch Online is access to these games. And you would think that Nintendo would want to drown you in these games as a way to tell you, hey, maybe you should get this. Nope.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, they run things so much differently. Like I would have thought they would do like the Xbox and just give you all these games and stuff like that. Like they already have a whole entire library there for you to play on and offline, and you could download them if you want to and all that good stuff. But again, I guess Nintendo wants to be Nintendo, and they're like, we're just not going to give you all that liberty and stuff like that. We're going to make you pay for it. But again, I don't know.
Nintendo is a collection of really intelligent ferrets. That's all I can think of.
No.
Listen.
I mean,
listen.
It is what it is, dude. That's the only way I could word it. Actually,
listen. You can work out something with Konami. You can get more Konami games on there. Konami has the rights to the old TurboGrafx 16 games.
Oof.
You could just throw that in there. I know they could do it. They had it on the Wii and the Wii U.
They can still do it. Yeah, you're right.
Why aren't those games there? What? Bonk's not good enough?
I would like to play some Bonks right now.
I'm just saying. They're. I will never understand Nintendo.
You know what? I get you on that part, but we're gonna have to keep going because I'm pretty sure our fans out there will like to talk about more about Nintendo. And comment down below, let us know, and let us know what your thoughts about it as well. But we need to keep going, folks, because we're gonna touch base on some serious news right now, and it has to do with Jonathan Majors, which they dropped him from. They just dropped him, dude, from a bunch of movies and stuff like that because of the whole recent assault allegations. And I don't know, man. It's looking a little grim, dude. If you want to be honest, it's looking a little grim for this man right now because all these things are coming out now, Willie, that they're just dropping them. We haven't heard nothing from Disney yet, but I have a weird feeling it's coming along the line, dude. And they're dropping them, dude. They're like all these movies that they're going to put them in now. They just all these people are just pulling back, not putting them in. They're just dropping it. Like, yeah, we're not gonna get Jonathan Majors on these movies now. And I don't know what to say, dude. Like, I'm a little baffled. Let's just put it that way, Willie, because I thought that this was kind of like almost not swept under the rug, but I kind of thought that after the whole thing, the text messages were showed. And everything that was happening, I thought this was going to be kind of like an open and shut case, even though they haven't really gone to court yet about this. But can you give us a little more detail about what's going on here with all these drops that they're doing on him?
Okay, so for those who don't know, Jonathan Majors was arrested March 25th. He was alleged to have assaulted a woman that he was with. He maintains his innocence. He did release some text messages that made it look like the woman involved felt really bad for what happened because the police took it the wrong way. I don't know anything. What that is, I don't know. What I do know is he has court May 8th. Meanwhile, he's been getting dropped left and right.
Yes.
His publicist, the lead company, dropped him. His manager, Entertainment 360, dropped him. These are big deals. In addition, a movie that he was supposed to star and executive produce, The Man in My Basement. Mm-hmm. He's no longer no longer going to be in that movie. They were working on a movie, and it was a biopic of Otis Redding. He's been cut from there. An ad campaign that he had signed with the Texas Rangers, the baseball team, not Chuck Norris's police squad. He's been removed from that too. He left and right. The next shoe, the next and biggest shoe to drop, will the MCU drop him as Kang? I will say this, though it was probably a rash decision and it did hurt them in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
When people started bitching about 10, 15-year-old tweets that James Gunn had done where he was trying to be an edgelord, they dropped him immediately.
Yeah, like without even giving him a second chance. That was the bad part, dude.
And these were tweets that they knew about, asked him about, and felt comfortable hiring him before the crap storm.
Mm-hmm.
Why it hasn't happened here, who knows? Maybe they're waiting for more information. As I've said several times before, in this country, we are innocent until proven guilty.
Which that kind of comes up to the next thing, Willie. And I'm telling you, it goes from bad to worse. Because Jonathan Majors, not only they're getting dropped from all these movies and shows and stuff that he was going to be in, there's also more people coming out, like more victims that supposedly that got hurt by him. Like it's getting worse. Like this man, I'm not even sure what's going to happen in his future, man. Like this came out just recently today, actually, that now there's more people going to the DA's office, pretty much expressing of everything that happened with Jonathan Majors and whatnot and so forth. And I'm gonna have to say this like off the bat, this is not looking so good for him. Like I can only pray again that these are people were like what happened with the whole Me Too movement, that a lot of people came out saying, yeah, this happened to me too, and it really never did, and it kind of faded away. I kind of pray that that's what's going on here. And I'm not saying it in a good way because getting hurt and whatnot like that, that's not a fun thing, But
I will say before going further, the Me Too movement wasn't just a whole bunch of people accusing people baselessly. A lot of the stuff came out, and well, first of all, it led to Harvey Weinstein, that little piece of
garbage,
getting arrested, and a lot of other people, getting called out for what they did.
No, absolutely. I'm not going to take that away from anybody. That right there,
this is something
deserves it. You know what I'm saying?
What you're talking about now, Variety is the one that has the exclusive.
Yes.
Evidently, some sources spoke to them saying that there are other women coming forward and cooperating with the DA's office on, cases where he might have allegedly abused other people. The DA hasn't commented formally. We don't know what's being said here. Again, innocent until proven guilty. If it turns out that the evidence is substantial and it shows that he is abusive, he needs to go.
Oh yeah, big time.
He needs to go because that's not cool in any way, shape, or form.
No, dude, at all, dude. Like these type of things, man, I'm telling you right now, this is a very delicate matter. And I'm going to be honest, and this is going to go to Disney. Everybody's dropping this man like pretty much like they're dropping him like a fly, technically. But if Disney play their card right, let's just say, I'm stuck in the middle of this part. And I want to see if you can hear me on this part, Willie. If Disney play their cards right, and let's say they continue using Jonathan Majors during the whole, like let's say they keep him from here to the date of court that comes around, that is coming pretty soon. And let's say after court, they find this man innocent because there is no proof. A lot of these people are probably lying and whatever. Let's just say this is actually just see what happens. Disney will come out of this winning hand over fist because at least it will show like if they had trust in this man and they knew that he didn't do it, maybe. But then Jonathan Majors will be like, you know what, Disney helped me out, and the other executives and the people that helped him, his publicists and stuff like that, they can go to straight to hell because they just turned their backs on him. But now, if Disney keeps him and these allegations are true, will it make the movie less valuable? Because being that he is Kang the Conqueror in these movies, and they already had him in the Loki series in episode 1, season 1, I'm sorry, and now they have him in the movies and stuff like that. They just kind of showing him around already. Wouldn't it be kind of weird that they replace him with somebody else that does not look like him, and they just say, "Oh, he's a weird variant, weird Kang variant. He's the one," type of thing?
Well, if I mean, we'll see how all this plays out. If
Right.
Marvel do stand behind him,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out that he didn't do it and he's vindicated, yes, it'll look cool on Disney's part that they sat there and waited for all the evidence, and it could be a cool thing. If they stick behind him and more charges come out, they're gonna have some egg on their face. At the end of the day, that's what sucks about things like this nowadays, because it's the whole court of public opinion thing.
Yeah.
Without knowing evidence, we sit here and we give our opinions on things. It sucks, but we talk about these things. We talk these things out. What if it was like this? What if it was like that?
Yeah.
It'd be better to have the evidence and make our decisions based on that. But no, this is the era of instant Twitter hot takes, and oh no, because I know so and so. Let's see what happens. If it, like I said, if it turns out that the evidence proves that he did assault at least one woman, I'm sorry. I know you're gonna get mad, but he's a piece of shit. He has to go.
No, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not.
And
Because stuff like this is bad, dude. Oh yeah, sorry.
And it puts Marvel in a bad position, regardless, because okay, you can't make Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania look worse than it does already. A lot of people really like that movie, but they have Loki season 2 in the works. We know that he's going to be a part of it because season 1.
Of course.
What are they going to do now? Cancel it and do reshoots?
That's the part that I'm like, wow, what if? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a different series. That's a different series.
No.
That's a different series.
But overall, Willie,
whatever happens, I just hope they get it right.
I agree. And you know what, dude? I have to say this, bro. Speaking of making things right, I am excited to say, dude, about our next thing that we're going to be talking about. It's an exclusive. Nicolas Cage is in The Flash as Superman, and there's some details about this. Now, dude, I know there's not a lot of people talking about this, and we're the ones that saw this, a couple hours ago on Giant Freaking Robot. And dude, I'm not sure if it's just that nobody's paying attention because they're probably looking at more of Jonathan Major's court thing and anything else in between, technically. But if this is happening, I want all of it, dude. I want to see Nicolas Cage as Superman, like yesterday. That's how bad I want to see this. Come on, you can't tell me you don't want to see this. Hi, everybody, I am the Man of Steel.
I got distracted. I'm sorry. I was looking at the pictures of Elizabeth Hurley in a string bikini. Anyway, you saw it out there.
I know what you're talking about, but shut up.
Okay. This is rumors. We have to say that ahead of time. Okay? According to whatever sources Giant Freaking Robot has, what is considered to be a screen test for The Flash includes a scene where Flash just happens to go in some timeline where Nicolas Cage's Superman is fighting a giant mechanical spider.
Yes.
For those who didn't know, at one point he was going to be in a Tim Burton movie called Superman Lives. That picture you see there of him in the suit, that was a screen test for that movie.
Look at that beauty right there. I am Superman,
Nicolas Cage,
folks.
Nicolas Dracula is in Superman. And I want you to know that recently he was interviewed, And he
Okay.
said that he had 3 characters that he wanted to play.
Go.
Dracula was one of them. He's in
Beautiful.
Renfield, which I haven't seen yet. The second one was Superman.
Awesome.
I don't remember the third one. It could have been James Bond. For all
It
I
could have
know,
been.
it could have been James Bond. Either way, everybody is wanting to see this only because this is Nicolas Cage.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sorry, but the jokes write themselves.
Oh no, it does, but it's by far amazing. I'm telling you right now, I want to hear Cage just go out there and be like, "Hey, folks, how you doing? I am the Man of Steel, and I'm here to protect you. You know who I am? I'm Superman." And he just flies. God, just can we make this happen already? Like, why are we talking about this? Like, it has to happen.
Can we have a scene where he is going to go and fight somebody, but someone unleashes a whole bunch of killer bees? Can we do that?
You just tug on my heart, kid, aren't you?
Or he's in his Clark Kent alter ego, and Perry White complains that he misfiled some things.
Oh God,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
I never misfiled anything. Not once, not one time.
Why? Why do I love that? It's awesome. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for it twice. Actually, look, I want it.
If I were to pick one thing that I'd want to see in the Flash movie,
okay,
other than Ezra Miller being written out,
of course,
it's the one scene that I remember. It was Movie Bob that said it. How he would reboot the Justice League, and it would be through Flashpoint, and it would be one where a Flash is going through different timelines, and he ends up in the timeline where you see the Justice League's headquarters as it was in the Super Friends cartoon.
Oh yeah,
and you have Christopher Reeve Superman, Adam West Batman, and Linda Carter Wonder Woman, and they're just like Barry, and Flash is there, some other Flash.
Yeah,
and he's explaining himself, and then Flash is like, "Don't worry, kid, I know how this works." And then he leaves, and you just see them there one more time. That's them awesome. In the Hall of Justice.
I'm okay with that. I'll be fine with that, to be honest. Let's be honest. I'm down with that.
And somehow, Jason Momoa is still Aquaman.
Okay. All right, I guess. I mean,
if this is true,
I'll take it.
If this is true, that's a pretty epic thing. If it's not, how dare you play with our emotions?
I'm telling you, and if that's the case, if they're playing with my emotions, screw you, giant freaking robot.
He apparently teased it. Nicolas Cage apparently teased it. There was a Reddit thread where they were talking about how, I wish we would have had Superman Lives. And evidently he went undercover and he said, and he wrote, and I quote, "Would it matter how much time I appeared as the character? There might still be a chance."
My God, dude, I'm telling you right now, they're doing things to my little pitter pat of the heart, and it's making something happen. Because if I see that man come up, I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's it. 10 out of 10, movie of the year. I'm out. I don't care how it ends. I'm done.
No, I'm all right. I'm okay.
You're all right.
This movie, you know what? I want this movie to be good. I always say it. I don't want movies to be bad.
Of course.
But not as excited as I should be for it. Because, I mean, let's go back to the previous topic about Jonathan Majors. We'll talk about someone who is theoretically a piece of shit. I mean, Ezra Miller is supposedly, rehabbing his image and stuff. Until further notice, they're a piece of shit.
Yes.
But that's it.
And I'm not gonna take that away from you. But guys, what do you guys think about everything we just talked about from above and below? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about this. But we're done, folks. And I gotta say thank you so much for joining us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just so you don't come out to the amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Willie, any last words?
Evil Dead Rise on Friday. I'm supposed
yeah.
to be going. Supposed to be going with my good friend, the horror bitch.
Yes.
To go see it. Good Rotten Tomato scores. I don't care.
I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes right now because I know from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are digging this movie, and I'm going with my horror bitch, Jose, this Saturday, and we're gonna be seeing it, laughing our butts off, having drinks. Oh yeah, and the infamous Yude is gonna be there, which Yude is my nephew, and he's gonna have a grand old time seeing his uncle and friend just crack up in laughter because of horror movies. I don't get it. We just giggle like fools in movies like this. But that's just me, just saying.
Oh, you mean like when we went to go see Annabelle Creation and had an entire rant about polio?
Look, there's reasons, and I gotta tell you something. We had a good amount of audiences laughing with us, so nothing can take me away from that. Nothing can. That was
Listen, we were
a great
more.
day.
We were the movie was entertaining. We were more entertaining.
We were very
Not like
entertained.
not like the Curse of La Llorona, where I was the most entertaining there because she wasn't even all that cute.
She wasn't. I wish I was there, but I was sick that day, I think.
She was the most beautiful woman in all of Mexico. First of all, racist. Second of all, y'all never heard of Thalia?
I guess not. I really think they haven't. But yeah, but folks, again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on Friday. Peace.
Bah.